Hey, hi, hello, and welcome back to the Goat Force Gaming channel where we play the roguelikes and the roguelites and hopefully add all kinds of awesome games to your backlog or your wish list, or I don't know, maybe you see something out here and you go, holy cow, or oh my gosh, or a combination of those two, and you say, I gotta play this right now. Right now. Holy moly. I get it. That happens occasionally. Hey, I am glad you're here with us if you enjoy the rogues, because that is all we play out here on this channel. I'm glad you're here with us. I'm here with a new one to the channel, and this is a game called Sky Survivors. This is going to be eventually releasing into early access, and the dev has been kind enough to give me and you an early look at what's on offer here. Now, I think we could call this a side-scrolling bullet heaven type game. We've got jump capability, we've got some verticality to the stage, and I can say that the stage is going to kind of morph throughout time. So I'll tell you what we're going to do. We're going to show this one off. We're going to try to have a decent run today. We're going to drink some coffee along the way because that's an awesome thing to do. I have the auto aim mode turned on. There is both a manual and an auto setting. I've gone auto because, well, if you've hung out here before, you know that I like to Wazda with the left hand and coffee with the right hand. It's just such a win doing things that way. Now, we've got an extra boosted power-up since that came off of a boss. I think we'll go projectiles +1 this time. Slight hit to the fire rate, but that's okay. We'll remedy that along the way. Cheers to you. If you've got something in your cup, I hope it's something good. Projectiles additionally pierce killed enemies. Let's go with that. How about a very piercing build with some elemental action today? I've always been a fan of damage over time capabilities. Speaking of, well, you know what? This pickup range is probably gonna pay off big time along the way. Hey, you know what else I've been playing off screen lately? Darkest Dungeon 2. What a hard game Darkest Dungeon 2 is. They recently released the Vestal character. So she is a priestess that can buff and debuff and do physical damage as well. And I find her to be very effective. Now, if you watched one of the most recent runs that I did, you'll recall that I got basically all the way to the end. We got to the Darkest Dungeon up in the Purgatory-ish mountain. You know what? This looks pretty good. Oh, hey, wait a second. Poison. Your projectiles inflict poison that deals 40% weapon damage every 1 second. Let's do that. Got a bunch of elemental stuff happening now. Looks like we've got a treasure chest situation going on up here. So anyway, I found myself at the end again. That final battle, and everything was going just swimmingly. I really thought, because I usually don't have this thought. This time, I really thought I think it's going to happen. I think we're going to beat this first act. Well, you know, they started denying my capabilities because that's what the Act 1 boss does. And soon enough, my Vestal was on her last leg. She ended up getting killed. And everything else just kind of falls apart from there. So it's back to the drawing board for me. Why don't we buff the poison there? Back to the drawing board for the goat with Darkest Dungeon 2. You know, I'm at a point also where I've got a lot of the progression type options opened up. And so I'm coming to the very scary realization that this is going to have to come down to just the raw skill of the goat. And so far, it's not good enough. The skill is not there. Shoot an additional projectile behind you. Number of boulders +2. Let's go with the boulders, I think. Those look like they're doing an okay job, don't they? A lot of these additional capabilities trigger based on a certain number of shots being achieved. And so we may want to think about opportunities to make our shots a little bit more rapid if the opportunity shows itself. Now our goal here is to survive for 16 minutes in this mode. And it's going to get increasingly more challenging along the way. Elemental damage +7, obelisk of speed. Ooh. Fire rate +10%. I think we'll do it. We were just talking about that. Okay. Shield. Why don't we boost the number of tridents? Just keep putting points and buffing the skills that we have here. So anyway, I'm going to have to keep trying in Darkest Dungeon 2. I guess that's what that amounts to. I love that game. I think I've put in... Gosh. I'm gonna guesstimate 80 hours or so. Let's see what we got here. Book of Lightning. Ooh, or Trident now deals 800% damage. Yes, hard to say no to that. The Tridents do pop pretty frequently, I find. And we appear to be in a section where the game is frustrated with us and is beginning to fight back a little bit more. Which I can't say I'm happy about. I was enjoying just owning these folks. I think we all enjoy a good owning, right? Number of tridents +2. Why don't we do that? As long as it's not us getting owned. We're doing the owning. The owner. Anyway, I remember when that was a thing back then. I'm probably dating myself. You know, playing Halo. You'd get killed. Somebody would get on the headset and yell, "Owned!" Remember that? Now all I hear is, bruh. Hey, what is this? I don't even know what that is. Book deals 150%. Oh, wait a second. Poison deals damage 100% faster. Poison enemies take 20% less damage from projectiles. Okay, help me hurt me, but I think more of a help me. We gotta find out what this is. All right, so we've got some kind of a buff, it appears. As long as we kill those guys in that space, eventually we'll unlock this. Okay, some additional weapon damage there. Apparently we're going down. That wasn't the plan going in, but it just worked out that way. Still have a really decent amount of health. On every 20th shot, fire 30 projectiles around you. That sounds worth it, right? On every 7th shot, launch a giant boulder that deals 300% weapon damage. You know what? Let's get this going too. I did see the fire rate thing. Okay, now this is a little interesting, isn't it? Yeah, I think that bullet shots all around was a good thing to go with. Seems to be working quite well. This dude seems to be going down pretty well with all sorts of elemental damage triggering. All right, took a little bit of a hit there. Let's see if we can grab a heart. I see that it's telling me there's a heart container over here. Oh, man. All right, back up to 80 health. That's good. The difficulty is a slower build in this one, but once it's there, they're done messing around. All right, so we got Book of Lightning, Book of Fire. We could put a point in this water element, or we could just go sheer weapon damage. Why don't we do that? Just think about raw DPS, you know? This looks like a great moment for a sip. I am drinking La Colombe. It has some chocolate and nougat. And it's very good. And yes, I still have a future coffee sponsorship on the mind very much. That's the next thing I'd like us to tackle. Hey, there we go. All right. Elemental damage plus 50%. Shoot 2 additional projectiles behind you. Fire rate plus 60%. Weapon damage minus 15%. You know what? Let's go with this. I'm just thinking, the more shots we get off, the more often our capabilities that are based on shots are going to fire, and that seems to be happening so far. All right, something's happening up there. Let's go investigate. So apparently whatever this is cooled down. Elemental damage plus 10%, weapon damage plus 10%, fire rate plus 7%. That all sounds really good to me. All right, let's pop that off. All right, maybe don't jump into the enemies directly. How about we try for that? I do want to grab the heart off to the left over here, if we can. Perfect. Apparently there's a chest up here. The stage has expanded. So has the volume of enemies. My goodness. I'm going to stand in here for a moment, but I don't want to get hit by these guys. Wow. Okay, if all fails, once this pops open, we grab the thing and then we drop. Okay, Let's see. Book of Light. Book deals 75%, 20 weapon damage to nearby enemy. The higher is fire rate, the more often book attacks. Okay. Well, we've got a decent fire rate as far as I know. We'll see if the book agrees with that. There's actually a bunch of different elemental books that are on offer in the game. And we've got some nice meta progression as well that happens in the menu screen like most of us are used to with these types of games. Let's go weapon damage plus 40%. Well, wait a second now. This is higher. All right, we're going to do that. The Horde is getting quite chunky. They are not happy with me. I think it's all going to end right meow. Okay. All right, so we get some gems. Okay, let's take a look back at the menu screen and we'll show off the meta progression here. All right, so we click on upgrades. I like the very serene background music. So we've got some options here. Max health, some health regen. I'm going to go with that. Movement speed. This looks like some kind of defensive option. There we go. And as we unlock these, we're going to unlock the next upgrade tiers, which look pretty interesting as well. Folks, this is a game called Sky Survivors. I will include the link in the video description in case you want to check this out on the game's Steam page. It is not out in early access yet, but it looks like that is the developer's plan. So maybe wishlist this one if it looked interesting to you. That way, when it does pop, you are ready to go. You get that notification, and we'll lighten you up. I know everybody's wish list and backlog is so heavy right now. When this game pops up, maybe you lighten yourself up, you let some money out of that wallet. We'll make you right again, right? That's how it works. Hey, let's do this again sometime out on the Goat Force Gaming channel. We'll play a roguelike or a roguelite because, well, that's what we do every single time. And so we'll continue doing that. And let's give away a game once a week, too. If we can do it more than once a week, we will. All thanks to you and your support. Thanks for allowing me to do this every day. I love it. I love being able to do this. So thank you so much for the support. Hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. We will see you next time out there. You take care. Be well.